people will die. I'm a man of my word.
15 years since this scene, that scene, everything. 15 years since The Dark fucking Knight. 15 years of every comic book movie being compared to, is it better than The Dark Knight? Do we have a villain that is great as the Joker? Is the acting as good as Heath Ledger's? So yeah, the film was meat-righted for some time now, for obvious reasons. Every character steals a scene in some way, whether you have many Oscar considerations in a single film. Now that's a fucking feat. Funny enough, film didn't receive an Oscar nomination for the Best Picture. Pretty fucking pathetic. Anyways, Nolan always approached each film as its own. Yes, there was a trilogy in mind, but he always created each film as a one go, without worrying about the sequel in mind. A unique structure to his planning which works very well in instances where taking risks pays off very well. Batman Begins was critically praised and received well from fans, which unfortunately hasn't been some time for the live-action Cape Crusader since, well, this. The hiatus was a long and boring DC fans wanting a Batman story to thrive since the '89, and so came a genius time-free Christopher Nolan who just came off Insomnia and pitched a trilogy to Warner Brothers. And a very smart move from their end, which they hardly have many smart moves nowadays. Now money-wise, Begins wasn't that great. It wasn't what they expected, and dishing $150 million towards this film nowadays with this return would be canned for a sequel, or some films just thrown in the trash without not even being released. But the critics absolutely loved it, and so did the fans, so Warner Brothers had no choice but greenlight the sequel. Production began on June 6th and pictures were released to give the fans a little bit of hype for the film. In 2007 we got a taste of the masterpiece upon us. That f***ing Joker laugh, chef's kiss right there, baby. Slowly the film's hype began to increase with many critics and fans waiting to see if Nolan cooked. He overcooked. Top 3 on IMDb scores, 8.9 on user review, 1 billion in return. Years of many films and comic book films trying to compete with this diamond that should never be shattered, and never reaching its heights. Well, let's go over the plot, shall we? A very nice start to things. The famous bank robbery heist where Joker and his clown minions look to rob a bank owned by a mobster.
Don't forget the guy playing the job.
The thugs begin to spew out questions like, where is the Joker? Who is the Joker? And why is the Joker? The implications of his famous makeup. The film gives us hints on who is this chaos bringer, while giving us an idea how he plans his schemes through even manipulating his own men to killing each other, all in to have the 100% share for himself, and takes down the mobster that was owning the bank. A series of acts of crime has alerted Batman and Gordon, who've got that good cop, bad cop routine going. And they've added the new DA, Harvey Dent, into the mix to take the mob in Gotham and bring the city back like they promised in Begins. From drug busts to taking down the mastermind that holds the mob's money. But solely focused on the mob, Joker takes advantage of this opportunity to help the helpless.
This town deserves a better class of criminal. This is my city.
And try to take down both sides of manipulating the mob and using their fear to spread the flames across Gotham, causing panic through bomb threats, hanging cosplayers, and pissing off Batman, drawing him to reach the breaking point and breaking his one rule, the no-kill rule. The endless events left Harvey Dent with half a face, Rachel with no face, leaving Batman to sacrificing his image before all the work that the three have done to keep Gotham safe turn on them completely.
I killed those people. You'll hunt me. You'll condemn me.
Imagine not being nominated for the fucking Best Picture. Insanity from them. And I can't believe I'm saying this, a comic book film should have been considered for this nomination. I know, that's a hard feat to nowadays because they are mostly shit, except for the Batman and very few exceptions like Guardians of the Galaxy. But Nolan had an idea of a noir thriller film, a crime drama. What if Batman and the Joker existed in our world, using many parts in our world such as Kevlar plating, titanium tree weaves fibers which is broken into multiple pieces, allowing for better flexibility and movement, and not the stiff, unable to move neck suit. There are errors in this very new suit, such as it's exposed to knives. Love there's pros and cons, and someone doesn't upgrade the suit for the sake of a toy merch but trying to outweigh what was destructive struggle of his previous suit, which was mobility. And we see instances where the suit proves useful and where it doesn't, like when Joker did a pipe beat down on Batman. The dogs were leaving nice dagger marks into Batman.
Should do fine against cats.
Or even the Joker being an anarchist instead of a clown prince of crime like Jack Nicholson, and using real-life emotions and playing with society and mocking them for being too perfect. Many themes, story beats which Nolan connects, creating a substantial world. Alright, just want to get this out first, and why this film works so well. And yes, I feel like these two play well off each other. The Joker and Batman have nice chemistry, or should I say Heath Ledger and Christian Bale have nice chemistry, with the concept of rules playing a huge role. One believing rules are meant to be broken, not one can hold on a rule for a long time, while the other has ideologies and morals that are causing death to ones close to him, and driving many people insane for the simple of prove it. When we see the Joker, we see his manipulation and scheming nature. He wants all the basking glory. He's not looking to split his reward. He'll use all the help he can get like it's some fucking toy that is on the street.
No. I killed a bus driver.
What happened to the rest of the guys?
And then ditch it in the end. He wants all the share. It's why he executes his men when the job is done, but knows he's outnumbered, so he orders them to take each other out while in the heist. Or using the mob's desperation like Alfred pointed and taking out guys like Harvey Dent and Rachel, but once he's done, he mocks all the mobsters for caring too much about the money and not being proper criminals. As for Batman, taking down the mob would bring Gotham to its fullest by helping Dent and his act to keep them imprisoned, but running into problems like the Joker where killing him is the best case for him, and ends up biting him a fall as Harvey became a psycho killer, putting everyone involved with Rachel and their life to chance. Harvey being that ace in the hole for the Joker and his big plan, not the hospital, not the boats, not the robberies, but someone who's seen as an angel to Gotham. His target that can lead to everyone into madness, someone who can be broken. Batman can't be broken. Joker already tried many attempts to break Batman, but Batman was already broken and forced to this life into a ghostly figure that has no means of breaking his rules. Joker tries and tries but pushing the limit, but his end goal wasn't a fist fight with this guy, but by turning the White Knight towards the dark. The film carefully outs Joker a step ahead of Batman always. The interrogation scene, he does his monologue of his motive and pushes his button when the time is right, taking a beating by proving a point to Batman that killing him was the only way to solve anything. Joker plays his plans not in the moment, but looks for instances where he can leverage Rachel, that leverage for both Batman, who base jumped to save her, and Dent, which the world knows of their relationship. He knows with her dead, he can break both of them. But if one fails to fall, he has the other. Switching the addresses, he can save Dent, and the connections from both to Rachel would immediately become brittle. Harvey's crimes, if they ever got out, would undo all his work and streets would be filled with gangsters. This forces Batman to paint a massive target on his back, putting the crimes on him, destroying the symbol but keeping Gotham a safe place for the next 8 years.
The powerful will be ripped from their decadentness.
The dynamic was the highlight for the film. Two scenes which summarizes the two's conflict. Joker mocking Batman that society and cops will turn on him, while Batman mocks Joker for being a punk of no life who's garbage.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. To them, you're just a freak. Like me. Their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Chips are down. These civilized people, they'll eat each other.
But the film does, he's more than that. The ending interaction, his plan that's already been played out since the beginning, proves to Batman not everyone has the capacity to do good. The ship was merely one incident where nobody broke, while Harvey was a long time coming. Joker was playing chess with Gordon and Batman and Harvey, who were still playing checkers.
You didn't think I'd risk losing the battle for Gotham's soul in a fistfight with you. You need an ace in the hole. Mine's Harvey.
The Oscar performances. Holy shit, this movie had a stacked cast with f***ing great acting. Heath Ledger, rest in peace, got a deserved Oscar. After being criticized at the start for the choice to play Joker, but in other instances where we wait till the fucking movie comes out.
It's a funny world we live in.
He stole scenes, made them very memorable. and some that start a very notorious conversation that is it better than the interrogation scene. Like everyone says. Hell, even Bale, although it was a step down in the Batman voice and sounds like he has smoker lungs, his Bruce Wayne was phenomenal. When it came to his own scene, Bale stole it. My favorite being when he was confused on how to stop this madman, putting the blame on himself for Rachel's death and taking advice from Alfred for hacking into Gotham's phones in reference to burning the forest down and unveiling the beast in hiding.
In the forest in Burma. Did you catch him?
We burned the forest down.
You've turned every cell phone in Gotham into a microphone. This is wrong.
I've got to find this man, Lucius.
This is too much power for one person. Spying on 30 million people isn't part of my job description.
You can triangulate his position.
I'll help you this one time.
When you're finished, type in your name.
Even Aaron Eckhart, who by the way doesn't have many strong films in his resume or those that are famous, but you can argue his performance is overlooked due to Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. That to the point, his character and acting is one of the most underrated suits of this film. From a lovable charismatic DA to a psychopath revenge killer trying to heal his anger with some neat looking prosthetics. Holy fuck, this movie's so fucking good. Nolan always has a theme in each film, something Batman goes through which plays throughout the movie. Begins being a lot about overcoming fear, bringing the best person out of yourself. The Dark Knight Rises focusing more on the physical pain, Bane being the embodiment of agony, breaking Batman's back, while the Dark Knight focuses on the chaos around Batman, and the world crumbling around him. Throughout the mad sheer will of a single man to prove a point that society can be as low as him. What's interesting is Nolan never planned these films when making Begins. He focuses on the world within the theme of the movie. Gotham is healing, we get Chicago. After Begins, Gotham was described as a cesspool filth butchered by the corrupt. That works for that movie. Now if you took the Gotham from that movie and did a little bit touches here and there, I don't think it would have worked best for the way this film was taking place and the way it acted. Who knows, maybe it would have, but I'm not some fortune teller guy that sits on the fucking table and looks at a sphere ball. Would the Gotham from Begins would have worked for this movie? I don't know, maybe yes or no. Yes, Joker was always going to be the main villain of this film, but Nolan simply did a name drop. He had no idea of his motives, character, mannerisms, where Batman's journey is going to lead to. He's one and go guy director. The stakes are much different in this one than before. It's more of an attempt of mental destruction of Gotham. The stakes aren't world-ending, but high stakes for each individual character. Harvey's reputation, Batman's moral code, Gordon keeping Gotham clean of the mob. This isn't some Bane reckoning or Ra's posing in Gotham. The Dark Knight is more focused on his characters than an overarching story. Is Batman trying to stop Joker, but more, how far can the Joker push to prove a point? Will Batman kneel to his acceptance that the best can break? That's the center point of it all, and Nolan carefully crafts each character to this very middle point. Even stakes are created through the musical score, whether it's the hopeful tune of Harvey Dent or the Zimmer build up to the party scene, or even Batman cleaning hostages with the heroic tune with that little Joker beat in the middle, knowing there's an ace in the hole. That the Batman hasn't fully won the war between him and the Joker. I've said a lot, I pretty much have zero complaints. Yeah, I know there is the Reese's plotline, but it blends so well with the Joker not wanting to spoil the surprise leading to a hospital scare. A lot of behind the scenes moments where Heath Ledger added new tone to scenes such as the birthday clap, or a Maggie Gyllenhaal seeing Heath in some makeup for the first time, and everyone in the party scene, including her, having to act and stay actually in character, shocked for the best comic book performance of all time. Like I said, no complaints, one of the best films of all time, and yeah, that's it for me. See ya.